A warm slice of early 2000s that made you feel like part of the family. My Wife and Kids wasn't just any other gag-filled family sitcom, it was a weekly comfort retreat that brought heart, humor, and a little bit of that classic family love charm to living rooms everywhere. The show gave us so much memories, and unlike Junior's tattoos, they haven't faded with time. So, for those of us who grew up quoting lines and feeling like part of the Kyle household, let's take a look at how the cast has grown and changed, from the familiar faces we knew then to the lives they're living now. In 2001, Damon Wayans stepped into the role of Michael Richard Kyle at 40 years old. Now, Michael wasn't your traditional TV dad in the sense of an Al Bundy or Carl Winslow, but was instead more of a practical joker with parental skills. From creating elaborate schemes in order to bust his kids, to tricking them into learning life lessons, all while delivering biting one-liners that made you laugh and cringe at the same time, Michael was both frustratingly flawed and completely lovable. Over the show's 5-season run, we saw him evolve from an overly controlling father to a man that learned to trust his family. After the show wrapped in 2005, Damon Wayans didn't slow down. Instead, he returned briefly to sketch comedy, wrote a novel titled Red Hats, and landed a major role in the Lethal Weapon TV series. More recently, he signaled his return to his sitcom roots by taking on more comedic roles. As of 2025, Damon Wayans is 64 years old, still sharp, still funny, and still delivering the kind of performances that made Michael Kyle unforgettable. From the wisecracks in the Kyle kitchen to new stages and screens, both the character and the actor behind him continue to leave a lasting mark. Next up, we have Jay, portrayed by a 32-year-old Tisha Campbell. The spirited matriarch of the Kyle household, Jay was the glue that held the family together. One of the first supermom prototypes we ever saw on TV, Jay balanced building a career with being a wife and raising a family. She navigated the challenges of raising her 3 children and being emotionally present for each and every one of them, and given how different from each other these kids were, it's even the more impressive how Jay managed to show up for all of them with just the right answers to each of their problems. Besides the career and motherhood challenges, Jay also gave us some insight into the pressures married couples might go through, and some of the best ways to overcome them. Their couples' therapy sessions bore positive fruits for their marriage, family, and show's ratings. That is, if we are counting the amount of jokes, gags, and plot points it gave the show. After the show concluded, Tisha Campbell continued to showcase her versatility in the entertainment industry. She took on various jobs in television and movies. In addition to acting, Campbell explored her musical talents, releasing music that has slowly found its audience over the years. Beyond her artistic endeavors, she became an advocate for social justice, fostering better relationships between the cops and the public. As of 2025, Tisha Campbell is 56 years old, embracing new opportunities and continuing to inspire through her work and advocacy. Affectionately known as Junior, George O'Gore II at 18 would portray the endearingly goofy eldest son on the ABC sitcom. Characterized by his well-meaning nature, naivete, and penchant for getting into humorous predicaments, Junior Kyle was the comedic heart of the show. Dumber than Dumb and Dumber, Junior was the slapstick comedic aspect of the show, with his negative IQ often snagging the spotlight. Even though with time his IQ didn't go up, but rather down, we found out that Junior wasn't without his strength. He was pretty amazing in other things too, and one of them was being a father. In an unintentional moment of keeping family traditions alive, Junior, just like his dad, would get his girlfriend pregnant while they were still teenagers, and even if that might not have been the best thing for him at the moment, in the long run, it was the best thing that could have happened to him, as that baby would be the driving force behind his growth from melonhead to responsible, upright young man. Though the life lessons, teasing, and nicknames from his family didn't stop, Junior, at the end of the show, became a man one could respect and a son a father would be proud of. After My Wife and Kids, George continued to explore his talents in the entertainment industry by venturing into voice acting for animated telefilms. In recent years, Gore has shifted his focus to behind the camera, expressing a preference for writing and producing. As of today, George is 42 years old and continues to contribute to the entertainment world through his creative endeavors. Next up, we have the klutzy Claire. The role of Claire was portrayed by 2 actresses, with the character often being closely associated to Jennifer Freeman. Freeman's long tenure as Claire kicked off in the second season when she was just 15 years old. The changes were definitely noticeable, but Freeman's portrayal wasn't one for complaints. She brought a new dynamic to the show, complementing the comedic styles of her co-stars with her ability to deliver physical comedy and engage in playful banter with the other family members. Often interested in normal teenage girl stuff, including boys, Claire found herself in a relationship that would go on to start the arc of her character. Her relationship with her pious Christian boyfriend did away with her shallowness and added depth and a sense of maturity to her character. So even though the writers didn't do her any justice by dumbing her down over time, they did a pretty decent job in growing her personality and fleshing it out more. Following her tenure on My Wife and Kids, Jennifer Freeman expanded her acting portfolio with roles in films like You Got Served and Johnson Family Vacation. She also appeared in various television shows, and after a brief hiatus from acting between 2008 and 2012, Freeman returned to the screen. Beyond acting, she's dabbled in writing, releasing a self-help book in 2018, officially marking her as an author. As of 2025, Freeman is 39 years old and continues to engage with audiences through her multifaceted career. For the OG Claire, we had a 12-year-old Jazz Raycole debuting the character. Now, Jazz's Claire was a whole different character herself. She wasn't soft-spoken or defenseless like the other Claire, but was instead more of a daddy's little menace type of character. She blackmailed Junior, put the fear of God into her little sister, and even had the nerve to out-sass her mom on one occasion. She was clearly gonna grow up to be a powerful threat, and that's why they had to nerf her character. But don't take my word on that, that's just the tinfoiled hat theory of a nostalgic fan. Regardless of the reasons why they Aunt Viv'd her, one thing always remained undeniable. The girl could act her ass off, so following her departure from My Wife and Kids, Jazz would continue to build a diverse acting portfolio. She appeared in various television series, including The Office, Monk, and Jericho. It's also apparent that Claire's dancing phase was tailor-made just for her. Because beyond acting, Jazz has also been recognized as a phenomenal dancer, with dance scholarships, championships, and apprenticeships, all part of her dancing resume. As of 2025, she is 37 years old and continues to engage audiences with both acting and dancing performances. Now, closing out the Kyle household, we have Katie, the youngest Kyle and the most charming toddler ever put to screen. Portrayed by a 5-year-old Parker McKenna Posey, Katie was the one Kyle we didn't want to grow up. Cuter than a kitten litter with a wit quicker than her more advanced siblings, Katie embodied the secret baby genius role while bringing a unique dynamic to the family. Her interactions, especially with her dad, added a layer of humor and warmth to the show, and as the series progressed, her character matured, showcasing her intelligence and charm. After My Wife and Kids concluded in 2005, Parker McKenna Posey continued her acting career with roles in various television series and films. She appeared in TV movies like Meet the Santas and Summer Camp, and had guest roles in shows such as iCarly and Strong Medicine. Beyond acting, Posey has been featured in prominent artist music videos and has also remained active on social media, sharing glimpses of her personal life and interests with her fans. As of 2025, Katie is 29 years old and continues to engage with her fans through various platforms, all while balancing her career and motherhood. 22 years old at the time, Brooklyn Sudano would take over the role of Vanessa from the 4th season that premiered in 2003. Under Sudano's portrayal, her relationship with Junior evolved from high school sweethearts to young parents, reflecting themes of responsibility and maturity. Vanessa's character added depth to the series, particularly in addressing the highs and lows of teenage parenthood. Her interactions with the Kyle family, especially with Michael and Jay, provided both comedic and heartfelt moments, contributing significantly to the show's narrative. After My Wife and Kids, Brooklyn Sudano continued to build her acting career. She starred in drama films, appeared in horror movies, and took on more recurring TV roles. But what's even more fascinating about her is that she was already showbiz hot stuff before she even dreamed of being in front of a camera. As the daughter of the legendary Donna Summer, Sudano would opt to take her talents to the back of the camera when it came to telling her mother's story in the documentary, Love to Love You, Donna Summer. In her personal life, Sudano married Mike McLaughlin on October 8, 2006, and they have one child together. As of 2025, she is 44 years old and continues to contribute to the entertainment industry through her acting and directorial endeavors. Initially portrayed by a 21-year-old Megan Good, Vanessa Scott was introduced in 2003 as Junior's intelligent and assertive girlfriend. She was notable for her confidence, independence, and the challenges she presented to the Kyle family's traditional dynamics. Her relationship with Junior introduced storylines that addressed young love, responsibility, and the complexities of teenage parenthood. Vanessa's presence in the series brought a fresh perspective and contributed to the show's engagement with real-life family issues. Despite the actress's potential, Megan Good's tenure as Vanessa was brief, spanning only the last 5 episodes of the 3rd season. The role was later recast, with Brooklyn Sudano taking over in subsequent seasons. Following her appearance on My Wife and Kids, Megan Good continued to build a successful career in film and television. She gained recognition for her movie roles. In addition to acting, Good has ventured into directing and producing. Currently, she is 43 years old and continues to be an influential figure in the entertainment industry. Next up, we have Claire's boyfriend, Tony. Tony was portrayed by a 16-year-old Andrew McFarlane in the 2002 3rd season of the show. His relationship with Claire was a central aspect of his character arc. Despite his earnestness, Tony's lack of street smarts and his tendency to misinterpret social cues often put him at odds with the more worldly Claire. Nevertheless, his genuine affection for her and his comedic misadventures made him a memorable part of the series. Andrew McFarlane began his career as a model before transitioning into acting. Following his role in My Wife and Kids, he appeared in various television shows, including The Secret Life of the American Teenager and films like Dance Flick and Just Peck. As of 2025, McFarlane is 38 years old, and while he has stepped back from the limelight in recent years, his performances continue to be appreciated by fans of the series. Franklin Mumford was introduced in the 3rd season of the show as a child prodigy and the charming boyfriend of Katie Kyle. Portrayed by a 7-year-old Noah Gray, Franklin quickly became a fan favorite due to his smart-ass demeanor and endearing affection for Katie. Franklin was characterized by his exceptional intelligence, musical talent, and mature demeanor, which often contrasted humorously with his young age. A running gag in the series is his advanced knowledge and vast expertise, such as being a certified contractor and having graduated from Harvard University before the age of 7. His relationship with Katie is portrayed with innocent affection, often leading to comedic situations due to his overly romantic gestures and poetic declarations. After his role in My Wife and Kids, Noah Gray continued his acting career with notable performances. He portrayed Micah Sanders in the television series Heroes and its spin-off Heroes Reborn, and in addition to acting, is an accomplished pianist, having performed at the Sydney Opera House at a young age. As of 2025, he is 29 years old and continues to be active in the entertainment industry, with recent roles in series like Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionists, and All-American. 40 years old when he first appeared on the show, next up we have Lester Speitz's Calvin Scott. Patriarch to the Scott's household, Calvin presented the first challenge in teenage parenting for Junior, meeting the knocked-up girl's parents. And, given Calvin's physically imposing and intimidating figure, it was a no-brainer that Junior was definitely in for a world of hurt. But surprisingly, Calvin wasn't all that pressed about it. Despite his tough exterior, Calvin exhibited a childish and almost mischievous personality, often leading to comedic situations. He was known for his emotional sensitivity, frequently crying and requiring comfort from his wife, who often treated him like a child. Calvin's interactions with Michael Kyle were a recurring source of humor, with Michael often failing to stand up to him due to his intimidating presence, and Calvin, fully aware of this, taking full advantage of that information, creating a fun little comedic routine between the two. Following his role in My Wife and Kids, Speight continued to build a successful acting career, appearing in various television shows and films. He is widely known for his role as Augustus Cole in the Gears of War video game series, and has appeared in movies such as Transformers, Dark of the Moon, and Norbit. Speight's background in professional football and wrestling has contributed to his portrayal of physically imposing characters. As of 2025, he is 61 years old and remains active in the entertainment industry, recognized for his versatility and commanding screen presence. Vanessa's mother was a strong-willed, loud, and protective woman who appeared in several episodes, often challenging Junior and adding tension to family interactions. The role was played by Ella Joyce, a seasoned actress who took on the role at 48 years. Jasmine was portrayed as a classic mom with high standards, caring deeply for Vanessa, but also demanding and sometimes overbearing, which led to humorous and heartfelt moments on the show. She often tested Junior's commitment and maturity, which created conflict but also growth in their relationship. Her presence added dimension to Vanessa's background and family life, emphasizing themes of parental influence and expectations in young adulthood. Ella Joyce is best known for her role as Eleanor Emerson on the 1990s sitcom Rock. Since then, she's appeared in numerous TV shows and films like Set It Off, and guest spots on popular shows like Touched by an Angel and The Practice. Beyond acting, Joyce is respected for her stage work and has been active in mentoring younger actors. As of 2025, Ella Joyce is 70 years old and continues to be recognized for her impactful career in television, film, and theater. Introduced as one of Michael Kyle Jr.'s friends, up next we have Damon, carrying on the Wayans' "If I Eat, We All Eat" family traditions. Damon Wayans' real-life son, Damon Wayans Jr., was just 20 years old when he got the role. John was depicted as a fun-loving and somewhat mischievous teenager who often engaged in pranks and schemes with Junior. But despite his antics, John added a layer of authenticity to Junior's social circle, reflecting the dynamics of teenage friendships. Following his role as John, Junior gained recognition for his work in television and film. His turn as Brad Williams in the ABC comedy series Happy Endings earned him critical acclaim and several award nominations. He also appeared in the critically acclaimed comedy New Girl, initially as a main cast member, then later as a recurring character, and finally as a special guest star. His film credits are endless, often reflecting a highly diverse filmography, and that he's one hard-ass worker. As of today, he is 42 years old, no longer daddy's little boy, and has a neat little family of his own. The hilariously charming Kim Whiteley also lent her talents to the show as Jay's best friend, Wanda. Occasionally popping in from time to time, we first saw her when she was 40 years old and immediately knew she had the potential to be a fan favorite. But unfortunately, she remained underutilized. As of today, Kim is 63 years old, and just looking at her filmography, it's clear that her talent after the show was never put on the shelf again. Now, the show was also memorable for its guest stars, and one of them was a fellow Wayans. Keenan Ivory Wayans at 42 would feature as Michael's brother, whose visit to the Kyle household would leave Michael appreciating his wife Jay a lot more. Now, as the eldest Wayans, Keenan paved the way for the rest of his siblings, and together they took over Hollywood, turning it into their own American dream. As of today, Keenan is 66 years old and is still viewed as a legend for what he did for comedy and his family. A character known for his flamboyancy and larger-than-life personality, it was clear that Bobby Shaw needed an actor with finesse behind him. Lucky for us, a 31-year-old Cat Williams answered that call, and what we got was an unforgettable character. Now, Cat wasn't relatively a household name when he first appeared on the show, but after his tenure on it, his career soared. He established himself as a prominent figure in stand-up comedy with his Pimp Chronicles series, regarded as some of the greatest stand-up specials of all time, and also went on to build a career in movies and television. He is one of the greatest entertainers of the 21st century, and I'm pretty sure the 53-year-old PIMP would agree. And there you have it, folks, the cast of My Wife and Kids Then and Now. So go ahead and drop a comment on who's your favorite character, leave a like if you're feeling extra generous, and hit that subscribe button while you're at it. Catch you on the next one.